dude, not everybody in the U.S. intelligence community is as smart as you think they are from the movies that you've seen, based on the movies that you've seen. Dude, I work with stupid motherfuckers, man. I have worked with some of the dumbest Man, I need this stupid fucking punk. This dude thought he was hot shit. He used to fucking complain about not being able to pay his bills and shit. Dude's a fucking asshole. Anyway, he didn't know the difference between upload and download. Yeah, I won't even say where he worked because then I'd be going into specifics, details, and particulars. But dude, if you knew where he worked, you'd be like, how is that even possible? It's some shit like that. Like you'd be like, how the fuck did this clown get hired? Like, how the fuck did he get hired? And I even called him on it. And I was like, dude, you mean upload, right? And he's like, no, I'm saying download. And I'm like, no, dude, like, I understand that you're a senior. Like, I mean, I shouldn't even say senior. He's like middle-aged, you know what I'm saying? Like in his fucking 50s. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, the dude's still relatively young, and he's been working in the field way too long. Like, I don't even know how he got a fucking job there, because he works in IT, but he doesn't really know shit about IT. Like, I know what he does in IT, and I know he feels special and he feels like he's doing something. He's just a fucking fat, stupid fucking punk, dude. And somehow, some way, he finessed his way into some role with the U.S. Gov. He finessed his way in, and he doesn't even dude, he's been working in Gov for like fucking 30 years, dude. And he's been a low boy. Like, he hasn't even had a fresh role, dude. Like, I know what he does. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, to a lot of people, it would seem fresh, but I know the levels above what he does too, dude. And I know, dude, that, like, he's a fucking fronter, dude. He's a fucking fraud. And the government, man, they'll hire motherfuckers like that. It's really sick, dude, and it's pathetic, and it's disturbing, and it's disgusting, and it's obscene. That dude's a punk, dude. He's a fat punk. And first day on the job, he asked me to buy him lunch. I'm like, wow, what kind of motherfucker asks for you to buy that person lunch when it's your first day on the job? I'm like, does this dude think I'm a punk? Like, I'll sock this motherfucker in his jaw, dude. Like, this dude, man, I'll uppercut this fucking fool, dude. Like, who the fuck did, man, what? So I played along with it. I bought him, you know what I'm saying? This dude is having money problems. I haven't even told you where he worked, and I'm not going to, because I'm not going to violate my oath of secrecy. And I'm not going into particulars or details. It's just like, you know, people who have worked in Gov and they write their memoirs. But you see, man, I don't have to get that shit signed off on anything. Nobody has to go through, look through my shit, redact this, black mark this. Because, man, I'm not telling you the agency or the organization or the government group or anything like that. And none of this shit can be tied to anyone or pinned to anyone or fucking cross-reference back to this person or that person. I've worked at a lot of different government agencies, dude. I've been at a lot of facilities and a lot of complexes, man. I've done secret shit. And motherfuckers who don't have a need to know, they don't need to know. And I assure you, and I attest to you, and I concede that what the fuck I'm telling you is 100% absolutely fucking true. Just listen to my voice, dude. Why would I waste my fucking time at 12:57 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States of America to just make up some totally fucking made up story? You know, you could visualize the shit when I was telling you, when I was explaining it to you, when I was expressing it, when I was communicating it. You had visuals on the dude. He's a fat ass fucking punk, dude. And he thought he was hot shit. And then he tried to get me out of the role to have his buddy come in and work there. And what's funny, man, is his buddy was actually a cool dude. But nonetheless, even though his buddy actually conversely, even though his buddy was actually a cool dude, compared to the fact that he himself, the first dude, was a fucking punk, a fat ass fucking punk, a stupid fat ass punk who doesn't know the difference between upload and download, fucking Jake, fucking Mark, bust ass lame. I mean, how the fuck does this dude have a security clearance working for the U.S. government, let alone, well, I shouldn't say that because I would give it away. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of government agencies, a lot of government facilities. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gone into particular specifics or details. So I haven't violated my oath of secrecy here. So anyway, man, fuck that dude. That dude's a fucking piece of shit. And, you know, he had the, man, so then the other thing is like, when he trained me, supposedly like trained me, when he like pseudo trained me, when he like showed me like the ropes and what I was supposed to do, right? Between those two different locations, I was like, okay, I got it, dude, thanks. Like, you showed me 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, I got it. So then I did it, right? So then Like, there's an indicator, without going into details about the color of the indicator or what it indicates. There's an indicator that once you've done this thing, that the process is completed, right? So he was doing mismoves too, dude. He was doing faulty shit that was illegal. Like, he was cutting corners. One of the things I learned in electronics engineering from the dude that like burned half of his body, he was like, yo, I knew not to cut corners, but I cut corners. Like, he cut corners, dude, and he electrified himself, dude. Like, half of his body got fried off. That was in the video that I saw back when Novell Networks was like one of the predominant like network companies, like before like Cisco, before like you heard of CCNA, like way back in the, dude, like back in the days of like Honeywell, like back when semiconductor products were like just getting launched. Okay, Novell Networks. I was in electronics engineering. It's taught by two individuals. One was a PhD, Tacoma, Pierce College, and it was at a subterranean location. And then it was later taught by this man who had who was in at the time the U.S. military. So anyway, point is that in electronics engineering, man, I learned about cutting corners. And this fucking guy, this dude, he's violating the rule, man. He's breaking the rule. Which I understand rules are to be broken, but there's certain times when you don't break the rules. And this dude was breaking rules, dude, in his role at a U.S. government location where, of all places, you'd be like, yo, first of all, you just don't do it, period. But second of all, like, the location where this dude was doing it, like, I mean, I can't go into details, but, you know what I'm saying, particulars, but anyway, this dude's a fat-ass fucking punk. And this is a high priority fucking location, dude. This is a top level fucking spot, dude. And I'm not trying to give it away, and I won't. But this isn't like some low rung shit, dude. This isn't some low on the totem pole like level shit. Like, this dude's a fucking bitch, dude. This dude is a flat out fucking Jake. Like, just a piece of garbage motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just a fat douchebag. Just a fucking stinky, fat, fucking ugly motherfucking mark ass punk. So, man, I was like, yo, bitch. I was like, man, I didn't say bitch, but I implied it. I said, man, what the fuck are you talking about? So anyway, his friend, his dude who trained me, his dude was actually cool. His dude was actually really cool, man. And thing about his dude is, like, his dude had been in the business for a long time. And the only thing I can say to you, man, is that one of the guys was a network engineer. Now, I didn't mention the network or the type of network or the computer programming language or the type of server that it was or anything like that. I just said network engineer. That can mean one of a zillion different things. So one of the things that he didn't know was something that I learned in college, dude, like in my first year. And I'm like, okay, these are old school dudes. They learn their way. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not talking about the first dude. The first dude's just a fucking fat ass punk. Fat, stupid ass punk. Fucking chump. Like a straight chump. Like, dude, when you talk about chumps, this motherfucker's a chump. Like a real fucking chump. Like a punk made fucking chump. Anyway, both of them were from the old school. The second dude actually knew his shit. The first dude was a fake, and he just, like, faked his way through some shit. The second dude was actually good at what he did and actually knew his shit. But, you know, coming from the old school, he doesn't know everything, man. I don't know everything. But I showed him a little trick, and he was like, how did you do that? Because I just listed all the data, and I was like, well, bro, you just use the asterisk. And he was like, huh. And I was like, yeah, computer science 101, bro. And he's like, huh. But don't get me wrong, like, even though he hadn't picked up on that out of, like, computer comp sci, like, you know what I'm saying, computer programming, like, 101, I mean, it's 101-ish, 102, you know what I'm saying, but in between, but you know what I'm saying, I mean, you can find it in 101, depending on where you are, but, you know, he was still cool, and I'm just like, okay, I get it, man, he's from the COBOL days, man, he's from the Pascal and Fortran days, but the first dude didn't even know the difference between upload and download. Now keep in mind, the second dude knew his shit. The second dude was dope. The second dude had been working on government fucking networks for a long time, and he's a fucking pro. The first dude is a fucking Jake. He's a fucking fat ass punk, and he didn't know fucking shit. Not really. He knew how to write letters to, like, government, like, people in the upper, like, echelon above him. He knew how to, like, type some memos and shit. And even his fucking memos, like, I read his, like, typing, and he doesn't even know how to fucking type. But anyway, man, so I just had to take a break there, but and come back, man. You know, But anyway, man, yeah, so there were a lot of fucking, aside from the dude that, like, knew his shit, that, like, trained me, the guy that actually trained me, because the other guy didn't really fucking train me, he just showed me what he was doing to, like, get by, and to, like, pretend like he was doing something, and I was like, man, I can't be like this bitch, I actually know my shit. But anyway, there's a lot of scumbags like that in the U.S. government. They just learn, like, one page out of like 101 comp sci, computer science, IT. They learn how to do like one thing and then they go and apply for a job. And you know, I don't give dudes like that fat bitch, I don't give him any kind of credit. He's a fucking fat bitch. And he's fucking a corrupt dude because he's doing contracts with this organization that I'm familiar with. And they're getting money for everyone that they recruit. You know what I'm saying? And they're not really doing shit. In fact, they're actually fucking up America's program by doing the shit that they do. And they're keeping out actually people who actually know how to do shit. They're keeping a lot of people who know how to do shit out of Gov. And the reason they're doing that, dude, is to cover up for the shit that they don't know how to do. And so that they can just keep gaming the system. And the reason why in different parts of the system, where it's not well greased and well oiled, and it's actually not doing well, dude, aside from the places in government, the spaces, the locations, the organizations, the divisions and subdivisions, excuse me, aside from the places in Gov where shit actually works the way that it's supposed to, and places like where that piece of fucking garbage works, dude, the reason it's broken is because of people like him. He's a broken piece of fucking garbage. Yeah, he's a fucking rat-ass punk. Stupid dick-sucking rat-ass fucking punk. And there's a lot of pieces of fucking trash like him. I'll give you some examples. James Comey, he's one of them. I'm not talking about the FBI, so I'll let you know that it's not the FBI. But, you know, organizations, dude, in the U.S. intelligence community, but not the FBI. But, you know, stupid motherfuckers like James Comey, motherfuckers like whomever, you know, has been on his team that have been behind cover-ups and shit. Just a lot of jakes, dude, that make sure that the system stays broken intentionally. You know what I'm saying? People that you know, you think that they're doing their jobs behind the scenes because you see the movies and you're like, dude, I can't, like, nah, dude, there's no way that shit works like that at that agency. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, dude, if you haven't worked there, then you don't fucking know. Yeah, it absolutely works like that. They keep it broken so that they can keep getting fucking paid. And the shit you think that they do there that's like well-oiled and well-greased, they make sure that it's not well-oiled and that it's not well-greased, dude. They make it fucking stay corrupt. They make it stay motherfucking broken so they can keep getting paychecks and they can fucking be doing little to nothing. In fact, dude, they do the complete opposite of what they're supposed to do a lot of times. It's not just that they're doing shit where it's like a few times, like here and there, where it's like, oh, they made a mistake. You know, James Comey's a motherfucker where he'll just like lip service his way out of shit, like to the point of like going on like CNN and like different TV shows and like, you know what I'm saying? Like being in the spotlight like clowns are, you know, in circus shows where he thinks he's doing something until he gets fucking, you know, prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, along with his cronies. Dude, he'll have you believe that he's doing something, man, with all of his excuses. Well, you know, you see, the thing is, and, you know, and all of his buddies that are in on it. Well, you see, electronic surveillance, it's not really spying, and blah, 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 blah. When it is, you know, electronic surveillance is fucking spying, period. Like, bottom line. Like, there is no way around that. Electronic surveillance is spying. If you spy on your neighbors, you spy on your neighbors. If you spy on the government with a spy cam, like you put it outside of a government facility, and it's a spy camera that you bought at fucking Walmart or wherever spy cameras are sold, that's a spy camera and you're spying on people. When you electronically eavesdrop, when you electronically surveil, electronic surveillance, electronic eavesdropping is spying, fucking period. Anyone that's like, well, it's not really spying is a piece of shit, dude, period. They're part of the broken system. They're getting paychecks to do little to nothing, and they're fucking lying to you the whole time, dude. And you know that's true. I'm your boy, One Sir Grove, OSGOE.